call is now being recorded.
The recording is on.
Yes. So, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our two-day workshop on technical paper writing during 1st to 2nd October 2021 on the occasion of celebration of IEEE Day 2021, organized by IEEE MTT Student Branch Chapter IIT Varanasi and IEEE MTT's Young Professional Community. So today we have a very special webinar on aspects of paper writing by Dr. Baidyanath Basu, who is former professor of Department of Electronics Engineering, IIT BHU, Varanasi. So in this talk, we will present some techniques and key information about paper writing. So now, first I would like to invite Professor Raghavan sir. Please say something about IEEE Day 2021 celebration. Professor Raghavan sir, are you here, sir?
Hello. It's a very great day, not only in celebration, but also in making the scholars. Our scholars are very good in the information, what they have analyzed, gathered, and done experimentation. Their
Raghavan,
index.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Can you please switch on your video if possible?
Okay. The important factor of this research work is about the publication only. If only they are very good in knowing all the tips of the publication, their journals number will exceed the other countries also. So in that way, Dr. Soumukh Bhattacharya has very carefully arranged these two talks, and it is very, very useful. And the information what the speakers are giving cannot be got in both internet as well as other resources. So I wish all the research scholars know the value of these rare lectures, and I'm sure that they will make use of this rare opportunity of IIT BHU, what they have opened to all these scholars. And this first lecture is from Stalwart, great professor. And there is no person in microwaves or antennas whom he doesn't know. So that way we are all fortunate to hear his lectures. Not only that, he is very good in writing also. The proceedings of his talk will go a long way. With this, I'll show my respect to the great Professor Dr. B.N. Basu and express my gratitude to IIT BHU. Thank you all.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Professor
sir.
Raghavan. Thank you very much.
Now, I would like to invite Dr. Soumukh Bhattacharya to say few words about IEEE Day 2021 celebration and also introduce our speaker, Dr. Baidyanath Basu sir.
Okay, thank you, Dipti Ranjan, for the nice initiative. So we are here today to celebrate IEEE Day 2021, which is held in the first week of October. And this time we are having a special session as per the multiple requests from especially from the research scholars to how to write the papers. And we are organizing a workshop in this one. And we are having 4 talks over here. And 2 people they are legendary in their field. And we are also having one workshop on LaTeX writing today afternoon itself at 4 p.m. And tomorrow students will also come to know how to make the proper illustrations from our research scholars. So without making any kind of further delay, it is my pleasure to introduce Professor Baidyanath Basu. So Dr. Baidyanath Basu, former Professor of Electronics Engineering Department, IIT BHU Varanasi, is highly regarded in India and abroad by the microwave tube community as a pioneer, visionary, and role model. He served at several organizations in India, including DRDO, DLRL Hyderabad, CSIR Siri Pilani, and IIT BHU. He took visiting arrangements abroad at the Lancaster University, UK, Seoul National University, Korea, Karsal Institute of Technology, Germany, and University of Electronic Science and Technology of China, Chengdu. He was distinguished visiting scientist at CSIR Siri Pilani and also consultant at DRDO MTR DC Bangalore. Dr. Basu was instrumental in establishing the Center of Research in Microwave Tubes at IIT BHU and in founding the Vacuum Electronic Device and Application Society India, which he served as its president. He also served as a technical committee on vacuum devices of IEEE Electron Devices Society as its members. Dr. Basu's electromagnetic field analysis and circuit analysis proved to be of immense value in designing microwave tubes, more so before the advent of the commercial software. Professor Basu evolved a multi-institutional DST-sponsored project in which the first ever gyrotron in India for fusion plasma heating was indigenously developed, and subsequently he monitored the project as a member of the steering committee of DST. Dr. Basu played a pivotal role in establishing the MOUs between Department of Electronics Engineering, IIT BHU and CSIR CIRI, Seoul National University and CIRI, and SKFGI Mankundu and CIRI. Dr. Basu has authored or co-authored more than 125 research papers in Journal of International Repute, including 42 IEEE transactions and 8 monograph chapters in the area of microwave tubes. He has authored 5 books, okay, and he is the recipient of IET SBC Memorial Award, Lifetime Achievement Award of the Vacuum Electron Device and Application Society, Microwave Pioneer Award, International Symposium of Microwave, and very recently, especially in the last week, IET Lifetime Achievement Award. Further, he was felicitated by CSIR CT on the occasion of his being superannuated from BHU for his immense contribution in the area of microwave tubes. So without taking any further time, it is my pleasure to invite Professor Basu, and it is over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, the organizers, the students, Professor Raghavan and Dr. Bhattacharya. I would like to say a few words through some view graphs, which I wish to load, okay? Without much delay, let us do that. I'm presenting something. Okay, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Can
It is
you-
visible. Yes, sir. Sir, can you please click the hide button? That is stop sharing and hide at the bottom. Can you please click the hide button?
Hide is there, yes.
Yeah, please. Yes, just click it. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, please.
It is clear? Thank you.
Yes, completely. Yes.
Well, again, thank you for my introduction, Dr. Bhattacharya. And my website is this one. Okay. I'm superannuated from the department of the organization. Okay. There is only one nature. The division into science and engineering is a human imposition, not a natural one. Indeed, the division is a human failure. It reflects our limited capacity to comprehend the whole. Well, many good work in the area of gyrotron has been done in the Department of Physics elsewhere. For instance, Seoul National University or University of Maryland. And another thing, to see what is general and what is particular, and what is permanent in what is transitory, is the aim of scientific thought. In my lecture, the examples may pertain to a particular discipline, say microwave tubes or vacuum electron devices, but I request you to generalize it and then again specialize it to utilize my presentation for your own discipline. And my book on technical writing is this one, 20 Sol. This book is dedicated to Dr. S. Agarwala of CSR Pilani, and the foreword of the book is written by Professor S.C. Dattaraya, a famous, professor from IIT Delhi, digital, all of you know him. Okay. These are certain issues which I am going to discuss. Okay. Motivation, why should we write a paper? Well, this is the theme, publish or perish. Okay. So you have to publish, otherwise you will perish. Publish or perish, and another point is benefiting from the reviewer's comment, free of cost. More importantly, reviewers press the damage control button and help us in retracing path before reaching the point of no return. What the journal expects from an author: specificity of the work, then showcasing. Abstract should showcase the work, novelty of the work. There is vis-a-vis previously reported work in the introductory section, plan and scope of the work at the end of the introductory section. And more important, very importantly, validation of results. Without validation, the paper is not likely to be accepted. And presentation, language and the English of the paper. Introduction, statement of the problem, plan and scope, approach to the work, etc. You know that. And then particularly reasons for taking up the work. Again, novelty of the work with a clear statement about how the work is different from and an improvement over previous work. Without that, you have to clearly state that your work is different and the improvement over the previous work. And of course, I'm telling you over and over again, you give in the introduction your plus points, results, and then in the conclusion, you must give the limitations of the work before somebody points out, and the scope for further work and references. So the journal editor would like to know these points. Title is suitable, English is satisfactory. Okay. Work is an improvement over the earlier work. Work is validated. Okay. I'll give some examples of the review format. Organization of the paper. Compare yourself, the author of a paper, with a traveler. The style or format of your writing is what a roadmap to a traveler. Sections and subsections of a paper are the journeys between intermediate halts. Okay. Please read. Take guidance from recent issues of the journal for the format of the paper, such as how to cite references in the text and how to list references at the end of the paper. Order of elements of a paper in this way, one by one. Okay. Typical order. Sometimes appendices are also provided in the paper. Acknowledgement. Joint authorship is an important issue. Corresponding author could be anyone of the contributing authors and need not necessarily be the first author in the case of a multiple author papers. It is the responsibility of the corresponding author to certify the endorsements of his co-authors in copyright declaration form of the journal. Order of authors. First author, the primary progenitor of the work and who has done most of the work. Okay. Terminal spot in the list should be the team leader. And very importantly, I will tell you, contributors should be able to explain the content of the paper in general and his or her specific contribution in particular. I found that in many selection committee meeting, the experts ask what you have done in this paper. Then he cannot answer because he being the least of a, he is listed being a member of a team, but he did not contribute. Okay, so that situation should not arise. Okay. A misunderstanding style of spotting your supervisor. N.B. Chakravarti and B.N. Basu. This is not a good way. This was the wrong way. I was a student then. I put my name, first N.B. Chakravarti's name, who was my supervisor at IIT Kharagpur. So that was not a good thing. Another example, I led a team at Seoul National University and I found that my name is not put at the end and Gansik Park's name was at the end. When I asked them, then he says, this is the usual practice. We put Gansik Park's name in at the end. I said, no, as far as this work is concerned, he doesn't have that, the responsibility of leading this work. He'll have some problem if he's asked. I am the supervisor of your work, so henceforth, you be careful. So they corrected in another paper, corrected version, I was put at the end, so that I become responsible for supervising that particular work. Jang is a Korean, Sukha was a Russian, Jia was a Chinese, Gansik was a Korean, and B and Basu. Okay. Genuine authorship. A genuine contributor should not be excluded from the authorship. This is very important. I will give an example. Backdoor entry into the list of authors should be avoided with courage, courageously. Laundry list of authors should be avoided. Everybody is the author. A person, by virtue of being the head of an institution, holding the chair of a department, or being an influential person, should not, by default, become a co-author. The editor prevents us from committing an unavoidable blunder. This is regarding a paper by Sirigiri Jagadishwar Rao. And then I have highlighted this S. Ghosh, Sanjay Ghosh, now at Siri, P.K. Jain. We supervised P.K. Jain and myself supervised Sanjay Ghosh. And there is a measurement paper. It was done BHU. Okay. Something non-resonant perturbation measurement, etc. Now, the name of S. Ghosh was not put. I debated with Professor Jain. Then he said, no, his contribution is for 1 hour. Jagadishwar did some measurement and he validated that by his analysis. Now I was saying some problem was there. The name of S. Ghosh was added in the revised manuscript following the author editor's feedback. The editor says that he had thanked him only, acknowledgement, not the point, because without this validation, so it would be nice if you put his name also. So Rao was the youngest BTech student, Sanjay Ghosh was a PhD scholar, and P.K. Jain, Professor Jain, he was my colleague, and we are at BHU. Okay, Electronics Engineering Department, Institute of Technology, DHU. Okay. Title of the paper. This is a very important thing. It is like a cablegram to reflect as much information as possible, not to be too long at the same time, abbreviation to be avoided. We'll discuss about Hangel title, word order, and then I will give an example how to modify a title in steps for adding more and more information. Okay, it is just like composing a song, take it like that, don't take it simply. You take, finally, see, do not give the title at the beginning, you give the title at the end of writing the paper. Okay, it should be very specific, it should be specificity. Well, I'll give an example. Specificity versus length of the title. Again, I'm giving this saying because I'm giving the example from a particular discipline. We started, say somebody started with studies on electromagnetic structures for microwave tubes. Now, microwave tubes have not been specified which microwave tubes. Next go, you can specify traveling wave tubes. You have not specified electromagnetic structures. In the next go, you can specify slow wave structure. You have not specified whether this wave structure is helical structure or couple cavity structure. So you specify a helical structure. And what type of helical structure? Inhomogeneously loaded or non-homogeneously loaded structure. You are specifying what type of helical structure. Specificity is increasing. Microwave tubes to traveling wave tubes. Analysis, which study? What type of studies? It is analysis or synthesis or simulation, simulated study, simulation study. Okay, it is analysis. What type of analysis? Field analysis. It is not circuit analysis. Circuit analysis also can be done as far as this problem is concerned. And then we are doing something for some purpose, this inhomogeneous loading for broadbanding the traveling wave tubes. So I have given some purpose of that. This is the final step. Okay, field analysis. This is the final title. Information content is nature of study, analysis. Type of analysis is field analysis. Electromagnetic structure is wave structures. Type of wave structure is helical. Special effects studied is inhomogeneous loading of the structure. Specific performance, wide bandwidth of the device, specific device traveling wave tube. So you are maybe to slightly the length has increased, but you have added specificity of the problem. More and more points of. Okay, how to change the order or the shift in the emphasis of the title. Say field analysis for broadband tablet. Suppose you want to emphasize broadbanding, so bring broadbanding first. Broadbanding a traveling wave tube by field analysis. So you can change the order. Okay. Another example is there. Hanging title for more information. There are two titles here. Study by field analysis. Another title is here. They are hanging, and there is a M dash. In between, you can put a colon also instead of that. First part is technique for implementing performance improvement, broadbanding, and second part is nature of study. Another example is here. Indexing terms, keywords, categorized to classify a paper with respect to field and scope. Usually 4 to 5 terms, you know that. Abstract, very important thing. Probably I will take more time in explaining this. It will showcase your work. Encapsulate as much details as possible of the work, restricting to the length limit, of course. Importance of the work, approach to solving should be there, critical and principal findings, if possible with some quantitative results, output parameters, input parameters and output parameters. Well, to be read verbatim independently of the rest of the paper in secondary organs, abstract in journals and internet sites. That it should be self-contained. Try to avoid putting reference number 15 because the reader may not know what is the paper 15 or name Datta and others. Datta has given a talk recently in this forum. Okay, Datta Shubha S.K. Datta. Don't do that. To cite a reference in the abstract, you have to write S.K. Datta and V.N. Vasu, something. Abstract is a complete thing. I'll give you an example. This is the example taken from a paper by E.D.L. Shamilaglu of University of New Mexico. Here he has referred to some papers in the abstract. This is abstract. But then he has given the full details of the abstract here and so on. Now, to write the work done mostly in past tense, remembering that past tense is used in abstracts, literature, survey, and on methods, results, and findings. There's a lot of confusion. Even the reviewers corrects your past tense into present tense. Reviewers not knowing this basic thing. In general, when writing an abstract, you should use a simple present tense when stating facts and explaining the implications of your results. I'm talking about abstract. Use the simple past tense when describing your methodology, your specific findings from your study. Okay. Earlier, these two sentences can be used when writing about purpose of your study. Finally, I can use present perfect tense or the present perfect progressive. Present perfect progressive means something it has been reading for 7 days. That is progressive. Okay, so this you can refer to this site. All right. Now, therefore, this is a paper, original abstract of a paper. It is written has been. He has done the work and written has been. The reviewer suggested no. You has been should be changed into past. That means you replace has been by was studied, was investigated, was achieved, not has been achieved. Okay, this was the suggestion of the reviewer. Okay. Introductory section, literature survey, to highlight in what respect your work is different from an improvement over the previous work. To state the problem, a problem well stated is a problem half solved. Okay. And then to explain the plan and scope of the work at the end of this section, section 1, introduction, section 1. Okay. Concluding section, all is well that ends well. Salient features of your work, highlighting your findings, limitations of the work, scope for further work. It should not sound like the abstract of your work. Okay, many times we have seen that conclusive section is just a sort of repetition of abstract. Okay, that should not be. Now coming about equations and mathematical expressions. You use that in your paper. Treat the mathematical function as a clause, the variable or a parameter as a noun, the operator as the conjunction, and the equation as a clause or a sentence. The equal sign, equal, stands for the verb is or the phrase equal to. Number and equation, if it is to be called. If it is to be not called, in your right term, then why should you number it? We have name because we are called by that number. Otherwise, our name has no meaning. To number equations serially 1, 2, 3. That way, within the what is that called? This bracket, third bracket. All right. Punctuate a mathematical statement. Explain a symbol immediately. This is important. Explain a symbol immediately after the first time it appears. Prepare a checklist of symbols to ensure that all the symbols in your paper have been explained when it first time it appears. Okay. set mathematical expression using solid I, if at all to be put within a text. So do not typeset like this because it takes a space. Suppose you are putting on a line, so this will take a space, So typeset as this one or this one to the power half. So it becomes a single line. Try using indices of power instead of radical signs. X to the power half instead of square root of x. X to the power 1/3 instead of x 1/3 root. Similarly, avoid a reduction of the size of the symbol of the subscript with the exponential function. Write exponential x. Do not put e to the power x. Type exponential x square instead of e to the power x to the power 2. Put the unit or space with a numeral. Say 20 kV, there is no space, or 20 and a space and then kV. So that format you have to use throughout the journal, throughout your text. 20 without a gap, and then you write the unit. 20 with a gap, and then you get the unit throughout your manuscript. Put the unit only with the last number. Write 10, 20, and 30 kilovolt. Don't write 10 kilovolt, 20 kilovolt, 30 kilovolt. Write kilovolt only at the end. Between 10 and 20 gigahertz. Don't write between 10 gigahertz and 20 gigahertz. Okay. So don't write minus 0.123. You write a 0 point this one. You know that. Do not write one. This is we write in a bank checkbook. But don't write this one. Write 4 boundary conditions are required instead of 4 if it is a beginning of a sentence. Some reference. Now, references is very important thing. Avoid too much of self-referencing. Last one I'm talking about. Self-referencing is not good. Okay. And then another important, unfair not to cite the actual contributors. Omission of references to the previous work is unethical, amounting to academic dishonesty and plagiarism, and as well as an offense to intellectual property of others. And starting point in the evaluation of the work should be mentioned, because people should not think that you are starting the work. Previous work should be mentioned. Okay, and important, like validation of the work by comparison. For that it is important, and shifting of the onus for the accuracy of information to already vetted references. You are not responsible. It was there. You give that reference. Okay, so nobody can tell you something bad, something wrong you are referring to. You have given the reference, so onus will shift from you to the person concerned. Well, these are the two styles we follow: numbering or citation order, alphabetic order. The arts faculty will use MLA style, modern language association style. Okay. So numbering or order style. So you know that 1, 2, 3 sequentially, and at the end also you have to put like that. Alphabetic style. Okay, I'll give the example. These are 1, 2, etc. Not one. This bracket should not be there. Third bracket. This third bracket. Square bracket. And the format could be 8, 9, 11, 12, or 8, 9, 11 all together, and put the third bracket. Or 8 to 11. Or 8 to 11 like this. Like this, 8 to 11, 13, 16, etc. We have to replace 8 to 11 or 8 to 11 by this superscript according to some format of the journal. Okay, another thing you have to check before putting a reference number in the text, say 47, that you check that each of the preceding reference number from 1 to 46 have already been referred to. All right. Okay, suppose you want to, here sometimes the author's name is hidden. You can, if you write that it is given in 13 and 14, but Wang and Carter is not there. So you have to put Wang and Carter and then reference number if you want to highlight author. Okay, the typical style, I'll give the style at the end. An alphabetic style, Sina considered. Sina and Basu, 1983 considered. Here, this is name and year style. Name and year. Wang and others. This being Wang of Lancaster University. Okay, and this Ghosh and Sina. Now here, 99, there are two papers, Ghosh and Sina. So you write 99A and 99B in this format. Mostly the Britishers, the England journals will be following this format. But you can see some example I am giving you. So many authors are there, so it is taking a long space. Instead of that, you could have written 3 to 5, something like that. Okay, in the number style. But this style, it takes a lot of space. It depends upon the format of the journal, you can't tell. And you have to list them in alphabetical style, if name and year style, in the format, name and year style of referencing. So A first, then B, and then G, and then R, and so on. Okay. And judicious choice about as to where to put the reference in the list text. Okay. You can put all the references together. Instead of that, you can separate them, bifurcate them after certain things. So it is not good to say 8 to 14 at the end. You bifurcate them depending upon the problem dealt with in these references. Okay. Now miscellaneous examples I am giving you. Say book, author of the book, title of the book, and the publisher of the book, place of publication of the book and the publisher of the book, year of publication, page number. Now here, same book is referred, say, same thing is referred instead of page is different now. So what is written? EBD, meaning EBDM, meaning in the same place. Okay. I could have shared one thing. A librarian who was my elder sister in the national lab, Jamshedpur National Metallurgical Laboratory. So one scientist say, do you keep the book named or journal named EBD? Then my elder sister said, okay, now this is not, EBD is not a journal. You bring the where you have seen it. So the problem was solved. The scientist asked, what is the journal EBD? Do you subscribe at NML Jamshedpur? This journal EBD. EBD stands for EBDM, in the same place. Okay, another example, in the same place, a big dash, S.J. Rao, P.K. Jain, and V.N. Basu. And then the author is not repeated here. The other things have changed. The author, instead of writing EBD, a long dash was given. It is some IEEE format or ESED format. Okay, this is how the journal is given. All right. Even accepted for publication, you can write. If it is in press, then you can write. Conference proceedings, you can write. And then technical report, you can write like this. Technical report. This is a report by Manfred. User manual and top, you can write like that. MATLAB. Internet site available and then site. Private communication also write. Unpublished work also write. US a patent, you can also write. So if you are asked, then you should share, if possible, private communication if there is no restriction otherwise. Now coming to the presentation, simple and concise presentation. Beauty of style and harmony and good rhythm depends on simplicity. The simplest statements about the most wise done, verbose language and fancy technical words are used to convey shallow thoughts. Circumlocution should be avoided. घुमा फिरा के नहीं बोलना चाहिए. जो बोलना है straight बोलो. Sorry for Hindi speaking, I'm saying this. All right. And then, this is a very serious mistake we do. ampersand and is a shorthand symbol for and. However, and must be avoided in the text of a paper to mean and. Similarly, contractions like I am, I apostrophe am, I, it is used for it is. They should not be there in text of a technical paper. Let us be simple. If 1 plus 1 2 makes the sense, don't make it complicated like this. This stands for 1, this stands for 2. That is not a good thing, you know. Of course, the source is not known from internet source. I have got it, but it was not here who has given this marvelous suggestion. Okay, so be simple, not complicated. People think that we'll publish papers, it is complicated. Avoid suspense. That has no room in technical writing. Reading a scientific story is not the same as a detective story, reading a detective story. We want to learn from the start. The butler did it. He is the killer. This is not a detective story writing. Readers should know at the beginning of the writer what technical information they are going to read from the rest of it. Then another thing in technical writing is write what you say. If you cannot understand what your student has written, ask your student to say what he or she actually means to write. If you can follow now what your student says, ask him or her to write what he or she said. Good written English is nearly the same as good spoken English. So write what you say. This was taught by me by a senior professor of Aligarh Muslim University. He taught me that. Another point is, I would have written a shorter letter, but I did not have the time. I would have written a shorter letter, but I did not have the time. Java message from Pascal. Okay. So it is very difficult to write concisely, but you have to write concisely for paper. It is difficult, but it has to be done. And you can judge whether your paper becomes foggy, cannot be understood. Then you have to apply fog index, a sort of quantitative measurement. Gunning fog index. You select a portion of your write-up, a paragraph say, and put it to this. F is the fog index, and acceptable range is between 10 and 15. Now, fog index is calculated like this: empirical factor 0.4, W sentence P 100 words, stands for average number of words per sentence, first term. Second term stands for average number of polysyllables per 100 words of text you have chosen. The empirical formula 0.4 corresponds approximately to F, equaling the number of years of education a reader must have in order to become capable to read a document easily. A polysyllable is a word of 3 or more syllables. Independence, there are 4 syllables. 3 or more syllables is polysyllable. The formula implies that short sentences written in plain English achieve a better score than long sentences written in complicated language. For index F equal to 9 would indicate a 9th grade reading level. F equal to 12 would indicate a 12th grade reading level. The acceptable range is, it should not be lower also, 10 and between 10 and 15. I'll give some example. This original text, it was modified, and the first sentence was this. Fog index was 48. These are the calculations. The number of polysyllables per 100 words, average number of words per sentence, total polysyllable in the text considered, So it was possible to reduce from original to modification by 40. Another example I'll give you, simpler example. Here, the institute takes place, so one sentence it is written. Word count is 36, number of sentences 1, and frog index is 23. This is taken from the site of one university. Okay, so that is why it is given in inverted comma. Sorry. So original text was this, modified text was second again. Same thing, same sentence is there. 1, 2, 3 sentences. That was one sentence. Now I have divided into 3 sentences, and then it has reduced to 16, and the previous was 23. So the editor was, sorry, the director was present. I took it from the site and showed that how his sentence was foggy. Okay, so what is that called? Lakshmi Narayan Mittal Institute, Jaipur, and the Rahul Banerjee was the director. He was present in my talk. English grammar is very important. This you read, please. Can you hear me? Hello. An English professor wrote.
Yes, we can hear you, sir. Please.
Yes, an English professor wrote the verse, "A woman without her man is nothing," on the chalkboard and asked the students to punctuate it correctly. All the male students in the class wrote, "A woman," here you put a comma, "without her man," put a comma here, is nothing. Okay? And all the females in the class wrote, "A woman, colon, without her man is nothing." So women students wrote like this, all male and all female students. So a woman, colon. So how you can see how punctuation is powerful. Okay. Review formats. Clarity of presentation. Is the work clearly presented? Is the paper well organized and clearly written? Is the English satisfactory? What is the technical quality of the manuscript? Length in relation to technical impact. Okay. Minor, below, timely, important, useful, great interest. Some transaction, electronic device, IEEE paper. Recommendation, accept. Optional revisions, conditional revision for publication, major revision, technical revision. The paper should be resubmitted. And would you be willing to review a revision of this manuscript? Yes or no? You have to put. As a reviewer, you have to put. Confidential comment to the editor, confidential comments to the author. So that is very useful. That goes to the author for revision. Okay. All right. Another format is like this. It is IEEE Transactions on Plasma Science. Okay. Now, how to reply to the author to reply's points. This is how the author will reply. First thing I'll forget, sincere thanks to the reviewer for helping us to improve our manuscript addressing this point. So that sort of thing you have to write to please the reviewer, please. Okay. So reviewer's point say a fictitious example. The equivalent circuit analysis of the helical structure, ignoring the structure laws, has been used by the authors, giving no reason as to why they have used it when the simpler electromagnetic analysis is available. So the reason is given by the student. Then reviewer should be satisfied, but it is not complete unless he gives there in the text the reasons why you have, in the text you have to mention why you have used field analysis, why you have not, why you have used equivalent circuit analysis, why not field analysis. He has given the reason here. Because for lossless structure, this will give the dispersion relation. This is the characteristic impedance, which is a parameter, additional parameter. which can be used for impedance matching of the pseudo structure with the coupler of the pseudo structure. And at the same time, L and C can be individually determined by using half the electromagnetic boundary conditions uh, to be which are normally used for field analysis. So on, so everything is written, but that has to be written. So in the reply you must write, kindly see the highlighted portion of the third paragraph of section 2 in the revised manuscript. Otherwise, your reply is nothing. So you have to do like that. You have to highlight the paragraph, and then in reply you write down, say, third paragraph of section 2. You have to highlight where you have mentioned these points, and then this is a very important thing. Please do not miss. It is not the you reply to the reviewer and that is over. You have to implement that reply in the text itself and highlight that one, and then refer to that in the reply that okay, kindly see that highlighted portion. Is that clear? Reply to points and by the authors is satisfactory. However, the reply remains incomplete unless the content of the reply is incorporated in the text of the modified manuscript, and reply mentions the paragraph number and section number where it can be found in the modified manuscript. Ethics and plagiarism. I am coming to the final review of my lecture. Ethics. Okay. So ethics is a scientific and technical ethics. This is the site in a paper, journal. Honesty is the best policy. A practice that comes within the purview of dishonesty but not punishable under law today may become illegal someday. The legality of slavery in USA and that of Sati Daha Pratha are no longer legal now. If one wants to beat one's wife, one has to go for honeymoon in a country where wife beating is not illegal. True for husband beating as well. Okay. The law is often well behind. The author should disclose business sensitive information only after taking due permission of their employers and clients. Okay, I'm coming to some points here. Well, an example of honesty. Okay, reviewer should be anonymous. In review, you should not reveal your identity. You know what is single bounded paper or double blinded paper. Okay. In double blinded, the author doesn't know who is the reviewer, and the reviewer doesn't know who are the authors. In single bounded paper, the reviewer knows who are the authors. I'm giving you an example of academic dishonesty. One of our papers, authored by Dr. S.K. Datta, our student, now at DRDO MTRTC, was accepted for publication in IEEE transaction on electronic devices. Datta was our student, PhD, MTech and PhD student of BHU, ITBHU, Australia. After acceptance of the paper, Dr. Datta withdrew the paper. Since he had detected that he had by mistake taken the distributed loss, some mistake he has pointed out. So he sent a new paper. The publication was delayed almost for a year. So this is the paper. MD Rajanayan was the director of NTRDC then. He was registered with him and me. I was the internal supervisor of BHU and he was the external supervisor. Okay. All right. So he said, no, sir. It is a wrong thing. I have done a mistake. I withdraw it. Then he got it published, but it took a lot of time. Another example, Dr. SSS Agarwala prevented me from doing an academic dishonesty. I wrote a paper, an internal report at Siri Pilani. I was an employee of Siri Pilani, scientist, junior scientist there, to to internal reports. So he says, no, original, see, manuscript, his name was there. He was very angry. He said, I never expected this sort of dishonesty from you, Professor Basu, Dr. Basu at that time. Okay, not Professor. So he said, he bluntly struck off his name from the authorship. He said that he did not contribute to, Dr. Agarwal did not contribute to the work, and that putting his name as one of the co-authors would be committing an act of academic dishonesty from my part. Again, I say my book on technical writing is dedicated to Dr. S.S. Agarwal, who was then heading the microactive area of CSIR Sri Pilani. I was a scientist over there. Okay. Editor becomes specially careful while taking an honest decision about the acceptance of his or her own paper. Even the editor's paper has to pass through the usual review cycle. My suggestion as a reviewer to the editor of a famous journal, I'm not naming the journal, okay, let me name IEEE, and the editor I let me name Richard True, you'll forget it, he's an electronic man. My answer was, as a reviewer, as an author, you may consider my points to be optional, while as an editor, you may consider my points to be optional, while as an author, you should address them religiously and compulsorily. I wrote this straight. Needless to mention that the said editor, Richard True, regards me very much, as an author, he addressed those points before his or her final paper could be accepted. The editor profoundly thanked me for the motivation I provided him. He said, "You forced me to work. Thank you very much." He said like that. Okay, joint authorship of a pair. Corresponding author should be the one the contributing author and need not be necessarily the first author, or in the case of multiple author. It is the responsibility of the corresponding author to clarify the endorsement of his co-authors. First author, this one terminal spot should be team leader. Backdoor entry should be, laundry list should be a person by virtue of being the head should not be there. Okay, wrong way of citing. Okay, I told you, Ian Basu should have put it wrong. The editor prevented us from committing this is very interesting, unpardonable blunder. See, S. Ghosh's name was not put originally. The name was put, this S. Ghosh's name was came because, see, we did not put it because he did this work within an hour. But then the editor said, no, we have thanked him, that will not do. So the purpose, you have to put him as an author. We did it. Okay. So the editor prevented us from committing an author. You cannot appease Sanjay Ghosh by putting his name in the acknowledgement. Okay. He is a real contributor, because without that, without validation of the experimental work by Jagadish Rao, Siliguri, the paper would have not been published in some MTT journal. IEEE transaction on microtheory technique, long ago it was done. The co-author is a co-author. You cannot deprive a co-author by excluding him or her from the authorship and appeasing by money or acknowledgement. And on example, ethical approach to become a co-author, so some technician said, so he's doing the cleaning part at Sri Pilani. He says, all papers, my name should be there. Anyway, this is not unethical. Okay. Now, another example, it happened in 2006. Dr. Zawin Duan was there, University of Electronic Science and Technology, Chengdu. At that time, he was probably working University of Maryland, Massachusetts. Okay. So he went asking me so many questions and regarding one of our papers, and then I was advising him. I was that time, I was in Moradabad, in some university. And then subsequently he took my permission and he published a paper in the journal in 2006. I did not see him earlier. Through internet, we are just interacting. Why he is a famous scientist. Okay. Dr. Duan and his colleagues were from the University of Electronic Science and Technology of China, Chengdu, whom I had not seen before. But we did this for the internet. I met Dr. Duan for the first time 5 years later, okay, in 2011 in IVEC, okay, conference. So this is the sort of true giving a recognition to a true contribution, because yes, I spent a lot of time and then I guided him to understand certain points of that paper. Okay. Another thing, suppose in view graph I am giving this picture, then I must give the where's the source and which I have given here. So that source should be given. Even the view graph from some other source you are taking, academic honesty deserves, demands that you should give the source here. This is the diagram of a, what is that called, positron. Yes, ripple wall positron. And positron is a backward wave oscillator. So this is the backward wave oscillator. The output should have been taken, the input, because the energy comes here. But here I can see the output is taken here. Okay, can anybody say why backward wave oscillator the output is not taken here, near the input side? Why towards the output side? Can anybody say? Hello? Okay, think it over. Why it is so? The answer is here. Here, iris, it reflects. I think Mumtaz please note it. Okay, next slide. And then you see, I have given a, suppose I am giving this slide, right? Then it is not my slide, it is taken from a slide by CSIRC, then scientist Udit Narayan Pal. So I have to write this from the lecture note of Udit Narayan Pal. This is the how plasma filling improves the power capability and of gyrotron. Okay. Now about plagiarism, a lot of things. Plagiarism is derived from Latin plagium, kidnapping. Roman poet Martial, who complained that another poet had kidnapped his verses. So most of the plagiarism detector tools work on the same plagiarism test principle and basically function very much the same as Google or any other search engine. Okay. Plagiarism is wrongful appropriation and stealing and publication of another author's language thoughts. At the end of this presentation, I will give an example of plagiarism from a notice of violation IEEE publication principle. Okay, students are confused about what kind of behaviors are accounted as plagiarism, expressing their lack of awareness about it, difficulties in referencing skills, and its consequences in students' plagiarism knowledge. So to handle plagiarism, detection software is being used. So note down, I have put inverted comma here because this is not my saying. It is taken from somewhere. So in order to avoid the charge of plagiarism, I have put inverted comma. It is not what I said. It is said here. Okay. These are the several softwares available in market. One, CopyLeaks. Number two, platform. Paper 140 countries use this process. This is basic and easy to use, and so on. Number 5 is this plagiarism checker, plagium, black scan, black tracker, Text, Viper, so many. Right. This is very famous. I think this is followed by IIT, at least I know IIT, what is that called? That is called IIT, what is that called? Kartikan was there. What is that? That IIT? That IIT, yes, sir. They follow it. Maybe BHU also follow that one. The university follows that one, University of Kalyani. Okay. For example, Urkund. And then this is Turnitin. Okay, this is Okay, follow IIT may follow this one. And this is taken from Hindustan Times. The draft rules, yes, the draft rules for students states that in non-core areas, plagiarism of up to 10% would not invite any penalty, while that of between 10 and 40% would mean the students will have to submit a revised research paper within 6 months. In case the similarities are between 40 and 60%, students will be debarred from submitting a revised paper for 1 year. A student's registration for a program will be cancelled if the similarities are above 60%. It is taken from Hindustan Times. Okay, old one maybe, now it has been maybe changed. Teachers whose academic and research papers have similarities ranging from 10% to 40% with other papers will be asked to withdraw the manuscript. In case the similarities are between 40 and 60%, they will not be allowed to supervise new matters MPhil PhD students for 2 years, and will also be denied the right to one annual increment. In case of repeated plagiarism over 60% similarity, the faculty members will be suspended or even dismissed. Now, said Dinesh Singh, one of the former vice chancellors, I'm all about checking plagiarism, which is indeed a problem in India with academia. We have very 6 lakh standards, very lax standards on this count, and that is what seems to have prompted government to propose such a law. It would have been better if universities had strong internal mechanisms as so many other universities. It has been a witness to several plagiarism changes against Central University vice chancellors and teachers. Pondicherry University VC Chandra Krishnamurthy quit in 2016 after a prolonged standoff with the HRD ministry, following allegations that she plagiarized large parts of a book mentioned in her resume. The most celebrated case is that of B.S. Rajput, the vice chancellor of Humayun University, who was a serial plagiarist. Eventually, 7 Stanford University professors wrote to the then president APJ Kalam, about him. According to UGC, all higher educational institutions will have to develop a policy on plagiarism and get it approved by relevant statutory bodies and display it on their websites. In September last year, UGC formed a committee. UGC has to make announcement. We have to make announcement. It's an old paper cutting. Plagiarism even leveled against Radhakrishnan, Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. It was Professor Devgunath Sinha. So this was the thesis submitted for Premchand Raichand Scholarship in 2 volumes, I think. And then he says that Professor Radhakrishnan in Indian philosophy, it was a legal case also. Yeah, I'm taken from somewhere. In January 1929, one Jadunath Sinha, then a little known young lecturer of philosophy in the Mirathi College, having a brilliant academic track record, created a sensation in the literary world by accusing Dr. Radhakrishnan of plagiarizing extensively from the first 2 parts of his thesis titled Indian Psychology of Perception, Volume 1 and 2, which were submitted by him to the Calcutta University for the coveted Premchand Raichand Studentship years 1922, while Jadunath Sinha had submitted the volume 1 of his thesis in 1922. He submitted volume 2 of the thesis in 1923. The piracy has been made from these 2 parts of the thesis. It was a big national issue at that time. Okay, another example which Vishal Kesri shared with me, Dr. Vishal Kesri, notice of violation of IEEE publication principle. This is a paper presented by a group of authors and then it was taken, larger portion of this was taken from paper by Vishal Kesri, P.K. Jain, V.N. Basu. After careful considered review of the content and authorship of this paper by a duly constituted expert committee, this paper has been found to be in violation of IEEE's publication principles. This paper copied substantial portions of text from the paper cited below. The original text was copied without attribution and including appropriate references to the original authors and or paper title and without permission. Due to the nature of this violation, reasonable effort should be made to remove all past references to this paper, and future references should be made to the following article, Modeling of Axially Periodic something something by Vishal Kesri and others. Okay. This is my book on technical writing. It was published in 2007. These are the contents. Okay, thank you. Now, before going for any, I'm ready to answer some questions, but I would like to present another slideshow by IEEE for academic honesty and so on. If you allow me, should I go to that slide? Hello? May I go for the another slide?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So I have to escape this one. Okay. Okay. I have to stop this one. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
It's clear?
Yes, sir.
Plagiarism tutorial by IEEE.
Okay, sir. Carry on, sir.
Yeah.
So please click the hide button, sir.
Yes. Hide. Okay. Sorry. I learned it. I was not knowing. Okay. Students are my teachers now. The IEEE recognizes the importance of. Okay. Please read it. I will not read. Yeah, the quotation mark is important.
ठीक है ठीक तो रहा है हाँ यस
Hello,
हेलो
are getting the hello Joshi ji.
यस नाउ आई एम गेटिंग यू there was problem with my ear I was not able to hear you
Oh, oh,
now it is can you hear me Professor Saab
yes.
okay
Is it? Can you see me?
yes I can see you I was seeing you but I was not getting your voice now it is clear
No. I think
you are audible
anything.
I am enjoying
Yeah,
I am enjoying your lecture
yeah. Thank you very
for
much,
writing I am
Dr.
enjoying
Joshi. Yeah, Dr. Joshi is from Siri. He is the national coordinator of project multi-institutional project Jaratron, EST sponsored project. The national coordinator, and he was microtube area head, Siri Pilani, and he was he developed the first ever TWT in India, and I was a member of his team. He was my group leader. Yes, everybody knows about him. So the organizer, please, what is my
Sir.
further role?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Uh,
Okay.
Actually, really, it was a nice and wonderful talk for our the participant.
अरे वो
And
तो बोलना पड़ता है इस तरह की चीजें.
yes, and you have mentioned so many information about a paper preparation,
Thank you.
especially those are at the initial stage of research. So
Yeah.
again, thank you, sir. And so
Yes.
now the question from the audience. Please unmute him and ask the question.
Hello, sir. I
Yes.
am Sambit from IIT
Yes.
I have one confusion between two things. That is, what is the difference between paper is accepted and paper in press?
Okay. Very good question. You see, paper is accepted. All right. Then the proofreading starts, isn't it?
Okay,
You're first you are informed that your paper is accepted. Then when you start proofreading it, that is in the press.
okay.
Okay. That is what I feel. Professor Raghavan, am I correct? Professor Raghavan? Professor Raghavan,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
am I
sir.
correct? Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Okay. Any other question?
Yes, sir. I am Prabhakar Tripathi from ITVHU.
Yes.
My question is regarding what is a basic difference between the corresponding author and the main author, and
Okay.
if there may be chance they are both. The person who has a corresponding
Okay.
author also
No,
may be main
okay.
author.
Okay. Suppose the first author is the doing the most of the work, progenitor of the work. Okay. He is doing it, but maybe his supervisor is taking the responsibility of communicating. It can be done. Anybody, one of the co-authors can do it. So not necessarily. Suppose Prabhakar, you are
Yes, sir.
the first author of a paper,
Yes, sir.
and P.K. Jain, your supervisor,
Yes,
is one of the authors. He's on the terminal spot,
yes,
but
sir.
he have some difficulty due to something. So Jain decides, okay, I will communicate you. So not need not be the first name author, you know.
Okay, sir.
So it depends upon who is finding it easier to communicate. So he
Okay,
may take
sir.
the responsibility. Anybody else, any
There,
other author. So this is the
there is a negative impact on the
no, no,
whenever
no,
you
no,
have.
no, nothing, no impact, nothing, no impact. I think so. It is my opinion. It has nothing, no
Thank,
bearing on the impact and all that. Okay?
thank you, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. Prabhakat Tripathi is a very good Dr. Tripathi. What is the area of your work?
Sir, high power macro tubes, and I am
Yes,
working. I have worked on
yes.
Reltron oscillator.
Relativistic Klystron, lot of variation of that. Very good work. Yes. Any
Thank
other
you, sir.
question?
Professor Raghavan, you were saying something.
No, no, I just want to tell that in my 67 years of life, I have not seen this kind of presentation. I am still thinking how he prepared this presentation. In addition to the content, uh, totally different caption, the content, the background color, first of its kind. Very truly, I am telling. Only thing is, the audience should be little more. It should be presented to a larger audience
Yeah.
in the national level. Then the content will reach a wider section. That's what I wanted to say.
Yes.
I was very much wanted to say, and Mr. Deepthi Ranjana sensed it. Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir.
So he
I,
cannot
I
help
like
it.
to I like to add one thing here. Professor B.N. Basu,
Yes,
this is
sir.
of course a presentation, but here's a book on paper writing.
Yes, sir.
Complete book. It's a part of that what he has presented. There's a complete book on paper writing. When he was interested, it's a very good book to solve the very good, valuable thing for the authors, new authors who are going to present their work. So it's a marvelous book on paper writing. I like to say. I have gone through that book, that's why I'm able to say like that. We have worked together. I know Professor Basu, we know each other, and that way I would like to say here that there is a book on paper writing by Professor Basu.
And there is no meaning for the words communication gap. He is up to date. For example, plagiarism, he told up to turn it on. So even what is happening till today, till this second, he is fresh. So that way, many things to be learned from him.
Sir.
Thank you very much.
So, any question from the participants? Participants, any questions?
Okay, I will inform everybody that tomorrow there is a talk by Professor Pankaj Chaudhary. He is editor-in-chief of Journal of Electromagnetic Waves and Applications. So it will be a very good talk, I know, because I have seen his slides also. Uh, he please try to attend that particular program. I think it is tomorrow, 4 o'clock. What time?
Yes. No, sir. That is 12:30, sir.
Tomorrow. Just check it. Okay.
Today, it is good.
No. Today he doesn't have the lecture. Tomorrow he has.
Tomorrow,
2nd
tomorrow
October.
it is 12:30, sir. Afternoon.
You check up. So that is why Pankaj Kumar Chaudhary,
Yes,
the
sir.
editor-in-chief of Journal of Electromagnetic Waves and Applications, he was a research associate of this department, electronics engineering department, the organizer. Okay, so he was there with formerly with Professor S.K. Kath. You know, I was there in the department at that time. Thank you very much, and thank you, Professor Raghavan. Thank you for the
Professor Basu,
Yes,
there
sir.
is one
Joshi.
suggestion,
Yeah, good.
non-technical suggestion.
Yeah,
So,
Most of the time during your presentations, not this way, but other times also, your face is half visible. This time also it is 2/3 visible. So you have
I
to show
should
your
have
full
like
face.
this.
Yes, that's right. It has.
हाँ, जोशी जी पहले टोकना चाहिए था. हम कर देते हैं ऐसे. Thank you very much. Okay.
So thank you, sir. So
Yes, yes,
thank
yes.
you to all the faculty members, and also
Thank
thank
you.
you to all the
Oh, Somak is
participants.
busy. Somak is busy in a meeting. I know that.
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
Bhatta,
Sumit sir
yeah,
is
in a meeting.
yes, sir.
I know.
So now also I thank to IEEE MPD Society IIT BHU, all the members, and also my special thank to our speaker Dr. Ian Basu sir for his wonderful presentation.
Yeah. Thank
Thank
you
you,
very much.
sir.